Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear future leaders from all around the country, our great country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Welcome to your English class. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil. He's going to be our sign language interpreter. And now I think we're so ready to start our new lesson. Let's start. It's first intermediate grade, first semester. Our subject is English, Unit 5, Conversation and About You. This is my name, Ms. Khulud Saoud. As always, it's a pleasure to be your teacher. Let's start with our online classroom rules. Find a quiet study area and make sure you have everything you need around. Your pen, book, pencil, and maybe someone to talk to. Number 2, avoid distractions like TV and food or any other online resources. Number 3, keep strong and positive. Are you ready? So in our previous lesson, we learned how to describe families and how to identify your family members. And they gave you a nice game to play with your family members. How was that? The family tree? Let's refresh our memory. The game was about, let's imagine this is your family tree and you are right here. Can you find out who is that person? Probably he's going to be your grandfather and your grandmother. How about the two parents right here? They will be your mom and dad. And here is your brother and sister. The son of your brother is going to be your nephew. The daughter of your sister is going to be your niece. How was that? Good job. Also, we refreshed our memory with words and nouns that we have been learning, such as aunt, baby, brother, child, children, cousin, daughter, family, grandchildren, grandmother, grandparent, husband, nephew, niece, parent, sister, son, uncle, wife. It's a good idea whenever you have a new word to practice spelling. In today's lesson, Unit 5, Families, page 44, Conversation and About You. Learners will be able to have a conversation and describe their families. So remember, we learned in the previous lesson, listening skills. Listening is an input of the information from somebody else. And conversation is the output, the speaking that you are about to share with others, your ideas, thoughts. Let's start. Here is a conversation between two girls, as you can see in the picture, Sabah and Badriya. They have a nice conversation, probably about family and family members. Let's have a look before listening. Look at familiar word that you are familiar with, the word family. So I can tell that the conversation is going to be about family. Well, I come from a big family. How to describe a family? I have, the verb have, 4 sisters and no brothers. Let's look at the next sentence. 5 girls in your family. Wow, are any of your sisters married? This is an adjective. Yes, one is married and the others are all single. The opposite of married. I have got a little nephew and a little niece. I have got. So, you are an aunt. Yeah, I am an aunt. How about you? Remember, this is a nice way to ask the same question back to the person that you're talking to. How about you? That means, are you an aunt? Sabah said, I am an only child. So Sabah probably comes from a big or small family. Good job, small family. But I have lots of cousins. Badriya, do you miss having a brother or a sister? Remember this verb? Do you miss? Do you feel it's so bad? Sabah said, not really. I have the house all to myself. Now, after reading the conversation, I think we are so ready to listen to the audio. I'm going to play this audio for you twice. Pay attention, please. Always remember you can circle or highlight the words that are interesting for you. Let's listen. Tell me about your family.
Well, I come from a big family. I have 4 sisters, no brothers.
5 girls in your family? Wow. Are any of your sisters married?
Yes, one is married and the others are single. I've got a little nephew and a little niece.
So you were an aunt?
Yeah, I am an aunt. How about you?
I am an only child, but I have lots of cousins.
Do you miss having a brother or a sister?
Not really. I have the house all to myself. Tell me about your family.
Well, I come from a big family. I have 4 sisters, no brothers.
5 girls in your family? Wow. Are any of your sisters married?
Yes, one is married and the others are single. I've got a little nephew and a little niece.
So you were an aunt?
Yeah, I am an aunt. How about you?
I am an only child, but I have lots of cousins.
Do you miss having a brother or a sister?
Not really. I have the house all to myself. So how was that? It seems that Badriya and Sabah are new friends. It's maybe first time for them to talk about their families, right? They're getting to know each other's. Did you see how many questions they were asking each other's? So they started the conversation with the verb tell me. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your family. That means I have no idea. Can you talk about this topic? Tell me about your family. Badriya answered, well, I come from a big family. She was describing her own family. What does that mean? Probably she has many brothers and sisters. I have 4 sisters and no brothers. Sabah said, 5 girls in your family? Wow. Are any of your sisters married? She was asking. Yes, one is married and the others are all single. I have a little nephew and a little niece. Sabah, so you're an aunt? Badriya, yeah, I am an aunt. How about you? This is a nice way to ask the same question back. I am an only child, but I have lots of cousins. Do you miss having a brother or sisters? Do you feel that you miss that thing? Sabah said, not really. It's not that bad. I have the house all to myself. Let's go to the next part about the conversation. We have many questions in order to check our understanding. Number 1, how many brothers and sisters does Badriya have? How many brothers and sisters does Badriya have? Let's go back to the conversation in your book. She has 4 sisters. She doesn't have any brothers. Okay. Number 2, how many are not married? Go back and look at the conversation near the word married. How many are not married or single? 3 of her sisters are single. Okay. Is Badriya an aunt? Did she mention that she has a lot of nephews and niece? Yes, she is. She has a niece and a nephew. Okay, take a moment, double check your answers, please. Number 4, how about Sabah? She's an only child. So does she come from a big or small family? Good job, small family. Number 5, does she miss having a brother or sister? She said a word in the conversation? Not really. No, she doesn't. Okay, take a moment, double check your answers, please. Now it's your turn. Bring a photo of a family or draw an imaginary family. Describe the family members to a partner or a group. You can post the picture on your book. If you have a picture for someone on your family, it could be your mom, dad, your little sister or brother. You can put their picture on the book and you can point and talk. This is my sister, this is my brother, this is my uncle, let's say. This is uncle. His or her name is, let's say his name is Abdullah. He or she, he is 30 years old. And now, since we have been learning about families, we learned how to describe a family. Is it a big family, small family? We learned how to talk about family members such as grandparents, grandfather, grandmother, your parents, mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, your uncles. And we learned how to ask about the quantity, how many brothers and sisters do you have? Let's start this nice questions under the title About You. Let's learn about you. Tell me about your family. It's a good idea to practice this section with a partner. Question number 1. Do you have a big or small family? Did you notice something? The question started with, do you have a big or small family? Big and small are adjectives to describe what kind of family do you have. So you could answer this question, I have a big family. If you have more than, let's say, 2 or 3 sisters, brothers, you could say, I have a big family. And if you are the only child, you're gonna say, I have a small family. Period. Question number 2. How many brothers and sisters do you have? How many asks about the quantity. So I'm asking about the number of them. You could say, I have, let's say, 3 brothers and if you have only 1 sister, you would be saying and a sister, and so on. Number 3, how many uncles and aunts do you have? Same thing, you will be answering this question. I have, let's say, 4 uncles and 3 aunts. So is this a big or small family? It seems it's a big family. How many cousins do you have? Cousins are the daughters and the sons of your uncles and aunts. So you could say, I have 5 cousins. So it seems it's a big family, okay? Take a moment. You can write your own answers. Let's go to the next part. Question number 5. How old are your brothers and sisters? How old? I'm asking about their age. right? I'm not asking about the quantity. I didn't say how many, how old are your brothers and sisters. You could say, my brother is 20 years old, and let's say my sister is 13 years old. Next question. Who is your favorite uncle, aunt, or cousin? Who asks about special person. Who is he? Who is your favorite uncle, aunt, cousin? You could say, my favorite uncle, it's not capital, sorry for that, is, let's say, Khalid. Or you could say, my favorite aunt is Muna. My favorite cousin is Hamid. Next question. Do you have any nephews and nieces? You could say either I do have or I don't have any. Let's say I don't have any nephews or nieces. Okay, take a moment, double check your answers with a partner or a family member. So let's have our lesson recap. In today's lesson, we were able to listen to a conversation between two girls, Sabah and Badriya. They were having a conversation about their family. Probably it's the first time to talk about this topic. Sabah was starting her conversation by asking, tell me about your family. It's a nice way to ask about something that you have no idea about. Badriya answered, well, I come from a big family. She was describing her family. Big family means there are many family members. I have 4 sisters and no brothers. Sabah, 5 girls in your family. Wow, are any of your sisters married? She was asking. Badriya said, yes, 1 is married and the others are all single. Married and single are both adjectives. They're opposite of each other's. I have got, this is a short form of the verb have. I have got a little nephew and a little niece. Sabah, so you are an aunt. Badriya, yeah, I am an aunt. How about you? How about you is a nice way to ask the same question back to your partner. Sabah said, I am an only child, but I have lots of cousins. So it seems she's coming from a small family. Badriya, do you miss having a brother or sister? Not really. Not really is a way to say either you're not sure or it's not that bad. I have the house all to myself. And now we're coming to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this lesson. Please try to ask those questions with a family member. Enjoy your time. Until I see you next class. Bye-bye for now and take care.